I'd like to talk about a piece of video that I saw last night and said we got to put it on the show. Went viral. And this guy's one of my favorites to have interviewed after an NFL game, one that he has invariably won on a Thursday night that nobody expected him to win. And he just comes out like shot out of a cannon. Phillip Rivers, shot out of like a... I remember the Thursday night we were in Denver, and this was the year that the Broncos had Peyton Manning and were winning a bunch of games, and everybody thought that the Chargers were out of the mix, and they come in on a Thursday night and beat the Denver Broncos in a game that we didn't think they had any shot. It was one of those things like we're in the pregame show trailer, and we're talking about, do you think we can get Peyton Manning on the set afterwards? Like, that's the way we were talking about before the game. And sure enough, our post-game show guest was Phillip Rivers. And he showed up, bolo tie, ostrich boots.
Bolo Phil.
Just like shot out of a cannon. And it went viral because everyone at home felt his energy through the television set. And then it was just great, again, with his ostrich boots. It was terrific because we showed a shot of the ostrich boots from behind the set looking in at his boots. And to his left of his boots, Mariucci's position.
Oh, yeah.
And Mariucci had the Denver Broncos cheerleader calendar that was autographed to him, thrown underneath his desk.
That's right.
And it was busted. Like, phenomenal.
Yes, that's right.
Phenomenal.
Did you point it out?
Of course I did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Of course I did. I mean, I'm a lead pipe wielding professional, TJ. So, be that as it may, Phillip Rivers, as we all know, retired from the NFL and went to a job that was waiting for him. I want to get this correct here. The job that was waiting for him was head coach at the St. Michael's Catholic High School football program. And he had his first game as such in Alabama last night, in the state of Alabama. He led the St. Michael's Catholic Cardinals to a 49-0 win.
Nice.
And sure enough, I guess he met locally with the media, and it was as if the guy who showed up after beating Peyton Manning on a Thursday night, he showed up just like that guy. Check it out.
It was some of the things that you were like, wow, that's normal? Okay.
Yeah, no, but it's awesome. I tell you what, Thursday and Friday nights, after playing 250-something NFL games and 50-something college games, those 3 years playing at Athens High School, being around it at Decatur High growing up, were some of my favorite memories. They really are. They're up there in the top 10. I could sit here and think of a handful. It's awesome, and I'm trying to remind these kids of that so they embrace it, because most of these kids are going to play not beyond high school football. We got a handful that'll play at the next level and that want to, and I want them to want to. But I also want them to appreciate experiences like this. Shoot, they're all over there with their families and classmates, and you want a football game. I told them, be excited, shoot, and so it's awesome, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
I just love it.
Oh, be excited, shoot.
It's great,
right? I saw that too, and I thought to myself, look at that photograph. I hadn't seen this one. Look at him. Look at Phillip Rivers with his with the call sheet in his back pocket. Everybody take a knee. Everybody take a knee and listen to a guy with 134 regular season NFL wins.
Does he have a kid on the team?
I think he might have 8. See, I gave you what you were looking for.
Thank you, Rich. We were waiting for that.
No, I thought
he wakes up in his house and they run 11 on 11.
That's true.
Is that more of what you wanted?
I wasn't looking for that, but I appreciate you giving it to me.
He got 11 on 11.
I mean, I saw that and I thought to myself, it's
That's
a good
so
thing.
good.
If he was a plan A, as I called in from Stamford, Connecticut, while I was calling in as a guest of this show, while doing the Olympics on Peacock, and I'm like, if I think I called in about a half an hour after it was first reported that Wentz had left the practice field with a foot injury, and it was more serious than expected, and I said maybe first call that Frank Reich should do would be call Phillip Rivers.
Makes sense.
See if he wants to come and do it. And I saw that video and I'm like, what a dumb suggestion. Because there's no way Phillip Rivers would tell those kids who he told to take a knee, and those kids that were spending the entire pandemic year of 2020 thinking, all right, we're getting Philip Rivers as our coach next year. There's no way he's telling those kids, I got to go back to the NFL and
Mid-season,
follow my dream and wishes. I don't have football out of my playing system yet after I committed to this. I saw that. I'm like, what a dumb suggestion. You would never do that.
It wasn't dumb because you hadn't seen that. You didn't realize
I should have known
so.
that. I should have known. So I'm beating myself up. But Sam Farmer of the LA Times, who's been to Alabama to report on what Philip's doing high school-wise, did speak to him and said that's why Philip said December, January,
Season
give me a
be
call,
over.
right? Well, I just don't know if after a year of hanging in Alabama and coaching that he'd be physically ready to perform in a December or January contest of note for the Indianapolis Colts. So, but it's great to see. It's really terrific to see that. And that's just Philip Rivers knows one speed. That's about it.
And it's just got to be so cool for these kids to have this guy.
And there's his son, Steven, and his dad, Philip. All right, so the whole family's there. My God. It's like the Waltons playing football in Alabama.
That's a good way to put it.
He's not, I mean, of course this is what he's doing. This is amazing.
It's pretty cool.
This is really.
It's amazing. It's good to see. And I'm sure the kids there at St. Michael's Catholic are loving it.
I mean,
Think
could you
about it,
imagine?
man.
You got like a pro quarter. I mean, it's like
Not just any
Deion
pro
at
quarterback.
Jackson State. It's like, how could you not want to like literally annihilate every team you play
I've been
with
in
Deion?
I've been in touch with Dion, and hopefully he's going to come on the show in the next
Amazing.
couple weeks. And
Coach.
then hopefully it'll be a day that you're there, so I could tell Coach Prime that you said he's the Philip Rivers of HBCUs.
I didn't say it. But look, I mean, he's
Did I
amazing.
kind of twist that?
Yeah,
I mean, there may be a
Rich,
little.
Come
bit,
on.
you know.
He's like Dion.
No, he's just.
Let me write that
Deion.
one down.
Yeah.
No,
I don't forget.
I mean,
Don't write it down.
Because Dion loves Del Tufo, so we'll probably hurt him.
I know that.
yeah, don't do that.
Everybody loves Mike.
You know, that's the funny thing, man. Like, you rip on me for my love of various teams, and I've
I don't
always
rip
told
on
you
you. I
that,
never
like,
rip on you.
Florida State. You know, when I first saw Deion Sanders, I was like, oh, I love Florida State now. So, meeting Deion, I remember once I was in Pittsburgh working at Foot Locker, and he played for the Braves, and he came in, and I was bugging out. But like coming in here and kind of being around Deion when he's on the show and hosting is really dope. And it's like
Energy
Del
level.
Tufo is his favorite dude, and it's just like I sit here and go, man,
Hold on
that's
a
cool.
second.
energy level.
I got to call time out here because there's two things, and I want to get to Seth Wickersham on time or remotely on time. Two things. One, Dion walked into a Foot Locker once.
Yeah.
In Western PA.
In Pittsburgh,
When you were working there,
Wood
so
Street.
you're
I'm in the stripes,
You're in
baby.
the stripes.
I'm
You're
in
in the
the
zebra
stripes.
stripes, and in walks Deion
It
Sanders.
was a random afternoon, and I was standing by the front door, and I looked down the street, and I'm like, why does this dude look like Deion Sanders? And he came closer. I was like, oh, bleep, it's Deion Sanders. And he came into the Foot Locker, and, back in those days, I've never been really met anyone. So, you're a little bit more like starstruck than I am now.
I've never met anybody walking through an airport who's made every single human being more starstruck than Deion Sanders. So I totally understand.
Yeah,
that.
we chopped it up for a minute, and he left, and I was bugging. I was calling my friends.
Did you tell him when he sat in here that you've met him before at a Foot Locker?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
What do you mean you're pretty sure? I would remember talking to somebody about, hey, I met you at a Foot Locker
Look,
once.
Rich, when Deion comes in, I spew out so many stories and
Okay,
stuff that I
very
forget,
good.
but I'm
Well,
fairly certain.
That's
yeah.
number one. And then number two is I don't rip on you for all your teams. I just ask you factual questions. Like, when was the last time the Cowboys won 12 in a row?
When was the last time any NFL team won 12 in a row?
We can look that up.
I mean,
I think the New England Patriots once
Patriots
won 16 in
Yeah.
a
Okay,
regular
well, there's
season.
one.
Just throwing that out as a for instance.
The Patriots are an anomaly at this point.
just throwing it out. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.